Nick, thanks so much for being on the movie interview.
Sure, yeah,
Appreciate
happy
it.
to be here.
Actors, a lot of times, are privy when they're researching a role to whatever they're doing, an astronaut or a surfer. When you're playing a law enforcement guy, have you gone so far as to ever visit a crime scene?
Oh, yeah.
What's that like?
Well, I mean, first of all, I was playing a real character in Glenn Floethy, so I felt a lot of pressure there not to let him down. You know, I wanted him to look good because I view the man as a real hero. But I remember being at, I did a movie with Martin Scorsese called Bringing Out the Dead, and I played an ambulance paramedic.
Well.
And I went on a few rides with the ambulance, and I saw some things, you know. I saw some victims of people being shot and you know, chest cracks and things like that, but pretty disturbing stuff. But it was helpful. I mean, it helps you get into the character.
Would that also include a dead body? You've seen a dead body?
Sure, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this movie is so gripping. Scott Walker, first-time director. You have all the experience. What made you go, yes?
I liked him because he was a first-time director. I liked his enthusiasm. I liked that he was committed and that he cared about these victims, and that the level, he wrote the script, the level of research that went into it, how thorough he was. I mean, meticulous detail. And he didn't do anything to make it exploitation or gratuitous, or he just wanted to state the facts in a very kind of stark, frozen ground documentary style movie. And that made it even more horrifying because it did happen. He didn't take any kind of dramatic license with it. I mean, it's what happened.
So you, in some of the roles that you take, have to go to a dark place for extended periods of time. How dark was this one? And could this have been the darkest?
No, because I wasn't playing Hanson. I was playing Glenn Floethy, Jack Halcombe in the movie. Originally, they wanted me to play Hanson, but I just didn't want to go there at this.
They wanted you to play the
Hanson,
other guy.
yeah. And then I said, well, I think I want to play Jack, you know. Also, it gave me a chance to try return to a different style of film acting. I've been exploring a lot of that sort of what I call outside the box acting, more operatic, more surrealistic, more abstract, push the natural bounds into something artistic and creative and don't get trapped. But it occurred to me that now was a good time to return to a more minimal documentary style of film performance, just so I can make the other ones look a little better.
Switching gears on you, this morning I was looking at some pictures of you in the Superman costume, and they just were so striking. So could you go in to see The Man of Steel as a regular film fan and get taken away by the story, or are you too behind the scenes to fully enjoy it?
I haven't seen The Man of Steel. I want to. I hear it's good, and I hear he's very good in it. A little bit about those pictures. I don't know who leaked them. I think there's laws against that stuff. It was like wardrobe shots, and it didn't have the lighting or the love. One of them looked not so good, but one of them looked pretty good. And it's sort of like, you know, you can't really judge what that movie would have been with a genius artist like Tim Burton. If we'd been able to do it, I'm sure it would have been something pretty remarkable. But in a way, it's sort of like a win-win. Now it's living in our imaginations, and sometimes that could be even more beautiful.
Wow. Nick, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
He won't stop, and we know who he is. Drop the gun!
Have you ever seen anybody do anything like